welcome to the second installment of the Roundtable. This is a place to meet, greet, conversate, and also educate. I'm your host, Kevin Washington, and let me introduce you to the panel of guests today. We have Kelsey, Mika, and also Matt. And today's topic we're going to hit on is it is very controversial. It's you see it every day in the news. They're talking about it. Gay marriage. So we're going to start right off. How do y'all feel about gay marriage? We'll start with Kelsey.
I'm against it. I think that I don't think gay people should be allowed to get married. It's just
No form of fashion.
Yeah, I just.
Okay, what do you feel about gay marriage?
My opinion, when we was made, it was man and a woman, and God didn't make it to be two men and two women. That's how I see it.
So both of y'all for the church,
it is,
as far as
it's not right. I mean, everybody had their own opinion. Had a feeling I like a girl, I like another man, but in my opinion, it's wrong.
Okay, Matt.
I believe in gay marriage. I think if you love somebody, you should be able to be with them for the rest of your life.
I have a question. Do you think they should get married in the church or just anywhere? As far as just the court, or?
I think that the church should not play a role because a church law states that it's a man and a woman. So obviously that place is for a man and a woman. But national law, you should be able to sign some papers, and if that person dies, your estate and everything that you own should go to your partner, the person that you love. I feel that way.
Okay, I have a second question for you. Okay, they're for the church, obviously, and they go by what the church teaches them. So, what about, are you familiar with the church? Obviously, okay, so...
I'm not of any religion, but yes, I'm familiar with...
Okay, so you know how they say it's Adam and Eve, God created...
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, right? I've heard it before, yeah.
So, what do you think about that? Like,
What do I think about... What do you mean? Explain.
Like, I mean, can you understand why they say they're against it? Because they're going by what their mothers and fathers taught them in the church. And then, people come out and say, well, they should have it legalized and they should, get married. But like some people, it's kind of confusing because of, what the church says and what the world says.
Exactly.
There's a big difference between in what the church says and what the world says, or how man sees things.
Well, you got to look. If you want to use the church, you got to look back at in the Middle Ages when the church was dominating the state in almost every country. They said they made the rules. They what went down, what's going on. That was it. And if you leave that kind of power up to the church. What else? What's next? Man evolves. Man goes from one generation to the next, and as each one goes, you have to take on the evolution that comes with it.
Okay.
And we see more and more men and women. They love each other. So.
Yeah, but people that disagree with gay marriage get slammed as being racist or
no, I don't feel that's
haters.
Right.
I mean. I don't think that...
I don't feel that's right. You shouldn't slam anybody for not liking gay marriage. I don't think that's okay at all because that's your viewpoint. That's what you agree with. But to interfere with somebody else's life and just say, "Hey, I'm not for this. I'm gonna blah blah blah, yell blah blah, scream at you, blah blah blah." I mean, that's what people do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the South, they discriminate severely against people who are gay.
I have a question now. Now, do they have the same argument as in the early 60s? They had the civil rights movement, and it was racism against people of color. And then in today's society, they have...
No.
Do you think it's the same? Or
no,
is it...
because a person who's born into a race, they're born that way. They can't choose. A person who's in love with another man or... I mean, if they're gay, they choose to be that way. That's their sexual orientation. It has nothing to do with something that they can change.
So you think do you think, we'll start with Kelsey and we'll go on from there, do you think homosexuality, do you think they're born that way, or do you think it's a choice?
No, it's definitely a choice.
It's a choice.
They're born that way, man. There's no way. You can't be like that. And I'm straight.
Okay.
But you can't. No, I'm straight. You know, but you can't be like that. You can't love somebody like that, and you just say that was a choice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
This is how I feel
But
about
love
this
is a
situation.
choice.
How I feel about the situation. People say that I was born liking girls. A lot of people have probably been like molested. You know what I'm saying? At a young child, a boy probably been touched, felt with his father, uncle, and yes, he probably think, okay, if my father did me like that, my uncle did that, well, maybe I think I'll start liking guys. Or a girl might been touched or raped or sexually molested. She might think, okay, I start liking girls because maybe this is what I'm supposed. This is who I am now. But it's not. You know, just because you was raped or molested, that doesn't mean that you should start liking the opposite sex. You know. Some people, little kids like that, are now being molested now, you know, of thinking that, okay, it's okay for me to be gay, and it's not, you know. So that's how I feel. You wasn't born being gay. There's no way. You automatically have been touched. Somebody has raped you and molested you to be gay, you know. That's how it is now.
We will
That's
take
how
a
I
short
feel.
break, and we will continue this conversation. We'll be right back.